defending undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
The pomp and pageantry of the most important ring walk of his career. Deontay Wilder wants to be the last man standing. He wants to be king. Tyson Fury says he is living in Deontay Wilder's head rent-free. Deontay Wilder says Tyson Fury has to be perfect.
Listen to this. It's official now that HBO is out of boxing in regards to, you know, 24/7 and all that stuff. Maybe they wouldn't do one in the future because they're saying that they're still going to be doing boxing, but only if it's the right fight for the right pay-per-view. They'll offer up their platform. But All Access is #1. No more talking about, yeah, this show is like HBO 24/7. No, All Access is #1. And they stepped up their game with Wilder versus Fury. Even though it's not a Mayweather fight, they stepped up their game big time. We're going to wrap up Wilder versus Fury today in regards to one. Right now, it is 11:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, December 11th, 2018. What else more is there to talk about with Wilder Fury? All the storylines have been exhausted. Pay-per-view buys about 325 or so. Eddie Hearn is looking really suspect, saying that, that's horrible. Comparing them to White versus Chisora numbers when pay-per-view over here is $75. Compared to over there, about $20 or so, 22, 23 in American, 25, something like that. The revenue difference is vast. So that's very ignorant statements by him, but he knows better. It's starting to seem like right now that he's really, really bitter. It's starting to come across that way. Listen to this, because public opinion is a motherfucker. Because now, despite what you think about the fight, despite what you think about Jack Reese, despite what you think about Fury, about Wilder, who won the fight, in my opinion, Tyson Fury should be champion. But over on the other side, public opinion wins. And I don't know if UK fans, please let me know in the comments, because I know I'm going to hear it. I know people are going to be like, oh, this guy's hating on Joshua. I know how people get sensitive when it comes to their fighters. But here on this channel, we don't take no sides. Just because we were successful last week doesn't mean that our viewpoint hasn't changed on Anthony Joshua. He is the A side. He is #1. He is the man. However, it's looking real suspect. He's got to fight Wilder or he's got to fight Fury. It's crazy how even though Wilder should have lost that fight and the fight was a draw, bad decision by, you know, like many people feel that way, he still has yet become more popular. Listen to what Joe had to say. It's going to be interesting. Listen in.
Gigantic cultural moment. This wasn't just a big heavyweight fight between two of the tallest guys. And odd, big, tall, but move good. Both you guys move real good. I mean, Tyson for 6 foot, what is he, 9? 6'9", 256, and he's bobbing and moving a lot, and he's got that weird herky-jerky style. Yeah. He's a trip, man. It's very unusual. To have the two of you guys together, in my eyes, this was like a re-emergence of the heavyweight division in pop culture. It's like everybody was finally paying attention to the heavyweight division in boxing. Like, finally, this was it. And I was like, this is a big fight. This isn't just a big fight between two guys who are undefeated, who are at the top of their game, who, you know, Tyson didn't lose his title. He had it, and, you know, they took it away from him, but he was still undefeated. So that was a giant cultural moment. And when the fight went down and turned out to be one of the best heavyweight title fights ever, I mean, fuck.
See, here's the thing. People are looking at that pay-per-view number, and they're comparing it to Canelo Golovkin and Mayweather. This was both of these guys' first pay-per-view here in the States. I was skeptical about the ticket sales. I was skeptical about the pay-per-view buys. I thought it would do 300. I didn't think it would do no more than 300. I was like, it's going to do 250. But yet there's still, you know, naysayers, and it's like people don't want to see the best fights. when they come up with some of the storylines that they come up with for why fighters should or should not fight each other. Yes, Anthony Joshua has 3 belts, but he's also the A side. If he and his team want the fight to happen between Fury or Wilder, it can happen. But as it stands right now, these two are on a collision course to fight each other in a rematch. And, oh, my God, can you imagine if they do it in the UK? You already got Frank Warren starting shit, talking about he thinking about putting it on April the 13th. Here's Anthony Joshua's options. The winner of Derek Chisora, the winner of White Chisora 2, if he doesn't want to fight Wilder or Fury, by the way. Alexander Usyk. Yes, that's going to be like, oh, he's fighting Alexander Usyk. Oh, ooh, big-ass fight. I would love to see it. But does that trump a fighter moving up to heavyweight? Does that trump him fighting the winner of, him fighting Wilder or Fury? Listen to more. Now, obviously, Joe Rogan has had both of these guys in the studio. I like Joe Rogan. But I do admit, even though I may be dabbing my hand into mixed martial arts, I'm a casual when it comes to it. However, I can hold my own in the conversation, just like when it comes to Joe and boxing. So I'm not going to call him a casual, because he's above that, because he understands combat sports. But when it comes to the politics and things like that, you can tell that like he really is on a public opinion type deal where he really doesn't understand it. But he's looking at it like, why won't you fight Deontay Wilder? And that's what a lot of people in the States are feeling, not necessarily Deontay Wilder fanboys.
It's amazing. Even just to listen to you, describing and stuff, I still feel those excitement.
I'm sure.
Feeling. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
I'm just ready for the rematch. Like, if people was excited and enjoyed that one, just imagine the rematch. This is going to be amazing.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. And it puts Anthony Joshua in a terrible situation.
Oh, most
terrible.
Definitely.
He looks awful.
Oh, they begging now.
He looks terrible. He's going to fight some other guy, and no one gives a fuck. And it's like, your titles, whatever titles you got, they're bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything. Everybody knows this is where the real title is. I mean, this is it's a wrap now.
Yes. They definitely begging now. He's
It looks bad, man. My bad for that awkward pause. I had to go take some food out the oven.
He's trying to reach out. All of a sudden now, his management has been, trying to reach out to mines as well. But he could have had this opportunity. He had many opportunities. He could have fought Luis Ortiz.
Yeah.
He could have fought me. He had a chance to fight Fury as well. Like,
they're playing it safe over on that side of the
They
pond.
really is.
They're playing it safe.
But people want.
That public opinion is growing. It's growing because you got to think. Listen, Anthony Joshua is an enterprise, just like Floyd Mayweather was. Canelo is. You want him to fight the best, but also you want him to fight the best on his own terms, and you want to, But I understand a lot of casual fans, or if you're really new to covering boxing watching boxing over the last few years or so, social media has really helped with a lot of this stuff to come out. But they've said openly they have their own plan for Anthony Joshua. Let me tell you what it seems like to me. And it's like this with all fighters. Even like right now, they're trying to be aggressive with Deontay Wilder. But eventually, for example, let's say if Deontay Wilder fights Tyson Fury in the rematch and he definitively beats or knocks out Tyson Fury in the rematch, they're going to dial it back a little bit with him. If he doesn't get Anthony Joshua right after that, they're going to dial it right back after that. He's going to fight his mandatory Dominic Breazeale, likely a Luis Ortiz or Joe Joyce. And then that's how it rolls. Like when you get to a certain level of like pay-per-view status. It's been going on with Anthony Joshua for a while now. You can see it. That whole, the WBA ordered him to fight Alexander Povetkin bullshit. Come on. Eddie Hearn is just as in bed with the WBA, just like Bob Arum and Frank Warren in bed with the WBO, and Al Heyman laying up with the WBC and got stroked with the IBF. All of them. It's all of them. I'm wondering if Eddie Hearn is going to offer more money to Deontay Wilder now. Because if Deontay Wilder goes on to fight Tyson Fury and he loses to Tyson Fury, a Joshua versus Fury fight is very difficult to make. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren do not want to work together, and, you know, they had to get something done because they were forced to for Saunders versus Andrade. But this is a whole different animal. Obviously, what you expected from All Access, if you haven't seen it, the cut version, you know, with no curse words and stuff like that, is available on YouTube. The uncut, Showtime Anytime, and obviously on, you know, the Showtime page, channel, and on demand. I honestly don't really know which more there is to talk about. All the news of who was it? Somebody said that one of his trainers, not JD's, walked out of Deontay Wilder's corner. The fight to Showtime and to Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, and Frank Warren, and the media was successful. So if you're a fan saying, "Oh well, Joshua Klitschko did 1.5," then how much did you pay for that pay-per-view? And then do some math. To those who saying that, you know, the referee Jack Reese interfered. False, negative. You're in the short line if you're saying that. And it's a shame that YouTubers who are supposed to be, you know, they're supposed to be so fucking smart, don't know the fucking boxing rules, spreading that propaganda. I don't think Deontay Wilder's a racist. He just, you know, playing with the storyline. I think that he's gotten excellent on the mic. Well, not excellent, but he's gotten so much better on the microphone than he used to be, and is getting so much better. I like when he goes into his little Pastor Wilder rants. Tyson Fury, in my opinion, is the best heavyweight in the world. And the lineal championship, even though it was pointed out to me, and it is true, that it was broken when Lennox Lewis retired, still, nonetheless, of this era, Tyson Fury is the lineal champion, meaning lineal means you beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. Adonis Stevenson was lineal champion. Alexander Volstik is the lineal champion at 175. That's why Canelo was the lineal champion at 160 from beating Cotto, who beat fucking Sergio Martinez, and it goes down from there. The heavyweight division is alive, though. I just wish that people covered like the sport without so much fucking bias and like you can tell. Like I did go. It is hard for me to watch some of these other YouTuber videos. But I did go, and I can see how they just be emotionally like involved in like being famous on YouTube and shit, and they think like, yeah, I'm gonna just say whatever I want. People just gonna listen to me. That should be weird. But this guy too, he seems like, I hope he's just not one of those one and done trainers. You know, if you watched him during the in the corner, very cool, calm, and relaxed, but also valuable information he was given. Not just saying a whole bunch of dumb shit and like, what you want to do is you want to go, you know, like he was saying some valuable like information. It feels good to wrap up Wilder versus Fury though, man. So y'all know my opinion. Listen, Tyson Fury made the count. The pay-per-view was a success. Ticket sales was a success. Deontay Wilder is now, you know, it worked. He's more popular now. He's now a star now in the United States. Not a star where you can walk down the street, hey, I know who you are, but a whole lot more people know now. They just got to keep him, you know, June. They're looking for the rematch to be like in June, you know, and that's what Showtime is saying. No, understand Showtime is in charge when it comes to everything. They're going to have the final say. They have to make sure they have the pay-per-view spot available. If it happens in the UK, then it will be a midday card. They also want to work around that. They want to maximize everything. I'm going to say, judging that, you know, because I know how like stuff like this usually works, and also you got Mayweather versus Pacquiao too, or Pacquiao versus somebody in like April the 26th or something like that. Then you got the Canelo fight. Like, they don't like scheduling pay-per-views too really close to each other. They've been having to. especially over in the UK with December the 22nd. I don't know how they let that shit go down. But I'm saying that we see Wilder Fury. Unless something happens, I would say late April. Like something crazy happens late April. But I'm more going for June. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.